ترامپ مرامپ هر کی هست فقط کمک خارجی چشم امید بچه ها همه به شما هست بخی این خارج از ایرانه
جمع میکنن برگشتیم به 100 سال قبل ما آوازه دارم جمع اینترنت قبل.
They're going around collecting dishes to make sure people aren't connected. So in simple terms, they're blacking everything out and then they're doing a massacre, which they're not filming this time. They did October 7th, they filmed, right? This one they're not filming because it's going to be even more horrific and it's against their own people. This video is gone completely viral of an Iranian man who had just escaped, and this is what he has to say about what's going on there.
ترکیه بازا بدبختی اصلا حال روی این خوبی نیست همه رو دارن میکشن بچه ها رو همه رو دارن میکشن فقط کمک خارجی
Okay, they're killing kids in the streets, and only foreign aid, i.e. intervention of both the Americans and the Israelis and others, who knows who else. And by the way, they're not the only ones who are fighting right now. I'll get to that in a second. There's war outside of Iran as well that's happening that involves the Turks and the Kurds. All right, we'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, watch this video because it's really gone totally viral, this video. Everybody's talking about this guy who made it out of Iran, and look how emotional he gets. And when I watch this, I say to myself, we got to pray. We got to pray for the Iranian people who are being massacred. By the way, where's all the pro-Palestine folks out there? Where's the left? They're staying silent right now, aren't they? Right? They're not really concerned with human rights. Right? They're not concerned with human rights. They're not concerned with the death of innocent Palestinians or something like that. They're just like trying to find a way to have a cudgel against Israel. But now when the Iranian people are protesting for freedoms, rights, liberties in the streets and are being massacred, you don't hear a chirp from all those so-called human rights folks on the pro-Palestine front. All right, let's watch this Iranian. Let's give him his moment to get his message out as he's escaped from Iran. And at least now he's getting the truth out about what's going on there.
همه شاهزاده رو صدا میزنن خارشون رو بگوید هر کی غیر از این صدا میزنه شاهزاده نیستش که شاهزاده سمبل آزادیه اصلا کاری به اسم شاهزاده نره مردم دنبال ناجیه مردم رو میکشن بیرحمانه دارن چراغا رو خاموش کردن هر کاری دلشون میخواد دارن میکنن من پروازم کنسل شده بود از پروازهای خارجی تهران به خارج از ایران خارجی همه کنسل شده و بدبختی یه پرواز ایرانی پیدا کردم حالا روی مثلا خوب نیست فقط کمک خارجی من تا الان تا ایران نباشید نمیفهمید وضعیت چطوری ترامپ مرامپ هر کی هست فقط کمک خارجی چشم امید بچه ها همه به شما هست بخی این خارج از ایرانه من یه قطرم توی اقیانوس فقط میتونم قصه آنامو بهتون میگم جهنم رو دیدم تو ایران این چند روز جهنم رو دیدم گناه داریم خیلی گناه داریم خیلی گناه داریم حقمون نیست فقط کمک خارجی چجوری میشه ما کمک بگیریم نمیدونم چطوری میتونیم وقتی کمک بگیریم کوه دارن غرقم میکنن تو سر سینه شلیک مستقیم بیرحمانه دارن میکشن همه رو.
Okay, Iranian man out there crying like a baby because he says towards the end of the video, they're shooting at chests, they're shooting at people, they're massacring people. And he says, listen, I'm turning towards foreign aid, meaning to say I need help from the outside world because we're not going to be able to topple the regime by ourselves because the regime's got guns and it's killing people. And the people, I saw it somewhere else, we're with empty hands. And the regime is shooting at us. Okay, let's hear another Iranian voice. This was captured by I-24. And follow the reading here. Look, people are saying, people in my comments are talking about free the Persians. Other people saying, I have been crying too. Where's the worthless UN? Just really People are so upset at the situation. And yesterday we talked about Trump's perspective on this. And he may have other issues with liberating Iran, but at the same time, there's a massacre and evil can be gotten rid of. Yes, evil can be gotten rid of right now. Iranian people, Iran, please know we are praying for you. The Iranian people, of course, not the regime. Let's take another look at a voice coming out of Iran that I-24 captured. Check this out. Okay, the 12,000 Iranians supposedly killed. That estimate is a joke compared to what we have actually seen. You saw that friends and loved ones, everyone has been killed. Everyone has been killed in Iran. Just be our voice. That's why I'm going live tonight. I'm going live to pray for the Iranian people with you from Israel, from Jerusalem. Okay? We are praying for you from Israel and also to be your voice. Okay? People are hearing that there's 20,000 people dead, murdered. In very simple words from Dogs, Cats, Chickens, he says, free Iran. That's simple. Free Iran. That is just that simple. All right, let's keep listening to this voice. He says, just be our voice. And that's why we're broadcasting tonight. Just be our voice, says this voice from Iran. The world needs to hear this. If nothing happens in the next few days, they will all be massacred. All of Iran is being massacred. Hello? Where's the liberals? Where's the progressives? But forget them for a second. The Iranian people are being massacred by a regime who clearly has no problem with massacring. There's no problem with massacring its own. Certainly has no problem. I mean, if they kill their own so neatly and without any qualms, imagine, if people doubt that they would nuke Israel. What's the question? That's why Israel's got to be part of this. Israel is part of this. Okay? We got to get rid of these bad guys. And this is the moment. The people of Iran have stood up, and we've got to back them up right now. Am I right here? And by the way, before we keep going, I just don't want this thought to leave my mind. This is all on the heels of the October 7th war. They started by mass murder. They started this war. They wanted a three-pronged war, four-pronged war against Israel from Gaza, from Lebanon, from Iran, from the Houthis. They wanted to do a four-pronged war and smash us with rockets all at once. And now this thing is going to end up with destroying Hamas, destroying Hezbollah, destroying the Syrian regime, destroying the Houthis, and most importantly, the head of the octopus, and that is October, the founders of the starters of the October 7th, the ones who really were behind it, which is the Iranian mullah regime. These people kill their own people. They massacre their own people. They're willing to nuke Israel. They started October 7th, and they're going down. This is their moment to go down. All right, let's keep listening to this Iranian who's asking for us to be his voice. I don't want to exaggerate, but the situation is truly horrific and gruesome. Okay, here we go again. We're hearing the same thing. Only the outside can help. If you listened to my show yesterday with Eliyahu Yossian, he said, listen, these people, even as much as they want, with all of their courage, with all the blood that they're spilling, they don't have the power to overcome this regime. Just like they couldn't overcome the Gaddafi regime or the Assad regime. They couldn't do it, the people, even though they wanted to do it. It really needed outside help. And that's what he's saying. Everybody's saying the same thing. We need outside help. Yet we have the will. We want to take the institutions. We can't do it. We need outside firepower. It's just that simple. That's where I saw it. We can't do anything here with our empty hands. Okay, my good friend Ari Abramowitz says, Yishai, thank you for stepping up and being a voice in crunch time. Chazak v'amatz, this is the time to fortify and trust in Hashem, in God. And Ari, I'm going to send you a link whenever you want to come on if you can come on at any time, you are welcome to. We can discuss the issue. I'm just going to send you a link right now, Ari, and you are more than welcome. We'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm just sending you this link right now. Whenever you can jump in, that would be great, Ari. Thank you so much. And let's keep going with this voice from Iran. A horrific massacre has taken place, is taking place. They killed people right outside their front doors.
نمیتونم الان واقعا اسم بگم چون واقعا امروز اگر مثلا تلفن من شروع بشه یا هر
Look at this guy. He's afraid because his phone may be tapped. Right? He's trying to tell us he's trying to tell us the truth, and he's afraid because he can't get his voice out. All right, and thank God we got his voice out. I hope he's going to be okay. Okay, they're collecting satellites, dishes, he means, and the internet is shut down. Right? They're going, as we saw in that first report, they're going around collecting dishes to make sure people aren't connected. So in simple terms, they're blacking everything out, and then they're doing a massacre, which they're not filming this time. They did October 7th. They filmed, right? This one they're not filming because it's going to be even more horrific, and it's against their own people. It's one thing if the jihad wants to kill the Jews. That's horrific. But this is the Iranian regime trying to kill its own people. Okay, first thing I want to stop for a second. We have here a super chat, and I want to invite super chats. If you want to get your comment on the program and support the show, please do super chats. It's very easy, very possible. And Paradox says, Yishai, why isn't Israel acting? Removing the regime is much more important to Israel than to the Americans. It's essential to Israel's national security. I think you're right, Mr. Paradox, but you got to also know, as we talked about yesterday with Yossian, with Eliyahu Yossian, it's important to understand there are superpower interests here. And it's very hard to act now. The Chinese have a big interest here because they're afraid of U.S. controlling all the oil and gas. Americans have interest here. They have also deals with Saudi Arabia. That's what Yossian said yesterday, and other issues. The Israelis cannot just jump in here and do whatever. All right. We'll hear soon from President Trump. As Isaac says, Trump is working on it. These things are complicated. We're going to see about that in a second. Let's finish giving that voice. Look what he says. If you can share my voice, please share it everywhere, says this Iranian man. These are war crimes and crimes against humanity happening in Iran right now. So he's saying that these figures of 10,000 and 12,000 is laughable. That's what he's saying. He's saying it's a joke. Okay? This man is claiming that it's much, much more. So B Highlight says, did I hear we're being held up for permission from China and Saudi Arabia? Listen, attacking a foreign country is a big deal. I agree with you that Israel needs it for its own national security. We got to get rid of these guys. And here's the opportunity. I get that. I get what you're saying. But doing a regime change to a global energy supplier is something that you need the understanding of the superpowers. You know, if it was about just Israel, well, you know what? Gosh darn it. You know, when I hear it said to me that way, you know, it's like, Yishai, don't be a sissy. And you gotta, you gotta destroy these guys. But let me put it to you this way, from an Israeli point of view, okay, this has got to be cleared by the president of the United States. You can like it or dislike it. That's the way it is. Okay. People are saying crazy things like, would not shock me if the numbers are over 100,000 dead right now. I don't know the truth. I'm reporting it as I see it. Obviously, they're blacking it out. Obviously, let's finish up with this Iranian man who says it's much more than 12,000. And it's not killed. It's murdered in the streets of Iran and Tehran and the rest of the cities there. They're murdering their own people for standing up to their evil regime. And by the way, let's not forget that this regime has bankrupted that country, that beautiful country. It has stopped normal life, as suppressed women, has murdered anybody who said anything against the regime. We're talking about a really brutal regime. It's impossible to say what crimes are committed in Iran, says the man excuse me, I said I-24, it's ILTV. Excuse me, let me change that. ILTV is got this amazing recording. And we love you back. We love you because you're a fighter for freedom, Iranian man. And we love you because you're fighting our wars, and we want to fight your wars right now. And there's a chance for liberty, and there's a chance for looking away and allowing evil to continue to reign. Okay, that was a very brave Iranian man telling us what's going on there.